Hello, this is Jeff Kelly, and in this video, I want to talk about how you can use bankruptcy to bounce back from COVID-19. Do you remember where you were when you first realized that COVID-19 was going to permanently change the course of your life? I remember where I was. I was in a restaurant. I remember the smells. I remember family members near me. I remember reading this article on my iPhone. I remember when it hit. March 2020 has got to be the most bizarre month of my entire life, and I'm sure it probably was for you as well. Over the course of those next few months, after all the shutdowns, over 40 million people lost their jobs. And while the stimulus checks were great, they helped out a lot of people still weren't able to maintain their credit card payments, their house payments, and their car payments. But the good news is Chapter 13 can help stop car repossessions, foreclosures. And in some cases, we can reduce or completely eliminate credit card debt. NBC News has reported last week that unemployment has been falling drastically and that over 1.4 million jobs came back last month. So I'm hopeful that things are heading in the right direction. Since March 2020, there's been very little at all collection activity going on in the state of Georgia because of the court shutdowns. But in mid-September, almost all court functions have returned. And so I'm expecting this avalanche of garnishment orders to be coming down. And unfortunately, most people are going to wait till the last second to do something. That's not a good idea. But you definitely do want to do something about it because Georgia collection laws are brutal. In Georgia, a creditor can garnish up to 25% of your net paycheck. If you've got money sitting in a bank account, they can yank it. So it's very important that if you've been receiving lawsuits and you've ignored them because nothing's happened, well, get ready. Something probably is about to happen. You need to take care of business and give us a call as soon as you can. I want to illustrate just a real quick short story of a young couple who had recently come in. I'm going to change the facts around to protect their privacy. But they had 3 children. They were doing great, moving along until COVID-19 hit, and their daycare was completely shut down, and their local schools were completely shut down, and all of their children needed to be home. In their particular situation, they decided that since the husband was earning more, that he would continue working and she would quit her job. Well, when you lose a chunk of your income, man, that is a huge blow to a monthly budget. They got behind on their house bills, on their mortgage payments. They got behind on car payments. They got behind on their credit card payments. Unfortunately for them, they had signed up for a debt settlement program about a year ago. And they thought it was all taken care of. But what many people don't realize is these debt settlement programs offer zero protection from lawsuits. I don't know how they do it, but they delay things for a good while. But eventually, the credit card company is going to get tired of not getting paid, and they're going to file a lawsuit. That's what happened in their case. They told me this story about how they were out in their front yard playing with their kids, having a nice evening, and ba-boom, the local sheriff drove up and served them court papers in front of all their neighbors. At first, they thought, wow, this must be a mistake, some kind of weird glitch. They called the debt settlement company only to find out that pretty much almost everything they had paid for the past year had gone to the debt settlement company's fees. Very little had been paid toward creditors, and now they were sitting there hit with a lawsuit. The good news is we were able to come up with a great plan for them. And in their specific case, we were able to eliminate all credit card debt. But they were kind of frustrated. They kind of felt like they had wasted an entire year with this debt settlement program. And I hear that same story all the time. It happens over and over. And you can go to ripoffreport.com and you can read all about debt settlement companies ripping people off. You can also go to FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, ftc.org, ftc.gov. And there's just so many stories after stories after stories of debt settlement companies that are just completely bogus. Chapter 13 and Chapter 7 are real. Court protection is real. This young couple was able to use Chapter 13 and Chapter 7 to rebound and get back on their feet and bounce back from COVID-19. And if you think you're in a situation where you might need one of these chapters, give us a call, 770-881-8449. If you get a chance, check out my podcast website at kellybankruptcy.com. And I've also written a free book. It's called How to Bounce Back, Using Bankruptcy to Bounce Back from COVID-19. It's about 91 pages, and I'll give you a free copy as long as supplies last. So when you call our office, ask for the book, we'll get it mailed out to you. We can also email you a digital copy. So give us a ring at 770-881-8449. Thank you.